Friends, I'm really happy to be with you. Sainath wrote to me saying that I should come. Then I got marvelous letters from all of you inviting me. But there's a part of me that's extremely happy to be with women of all ages. And I think it's wonderful to meet young women because my generation of women were bred on feminism, as Kalpana said, gave us a lot of strength. And I find today that issues of feminism are not popular. Nobody thinks feminism is worth the talking about or the thinking about. But I do think many of you are the products of a very strong feminist movement that this country has seen, in which many issues were debated, thought about, discussed, argued. We were laughed at, it was ridiculed, we opposed that. We went ahead and did numbers of things, and I owe my grandmother, my mother, and my great-grandmother lots of things. It's not just my generation. Indian women, there's been a streak of Indian women who've been strong, outspoken women, and I married into Bengal, and I come from Tamil Nadu, both states with strong women. Women who have always said what they felt. I'm named after Aruna Roy, a great Indian woman, and I think you will carry on this tradition, and you should, because you come from a very powerful female tradition. No matter what some of our women may still be doing, may be punished, may be persecuted, but there have still been voices which have been raised against it in this country. I thought, I don't know whether that will be projected, our house, yes. I'm going to just show you for a second, because I think then the lights must come on, the MKSS, the genesis of the MKSS, and in one sense the genesis of the RTI from this house. It didn't start in Jaipur, or in Udaipur, or in Ajmer, or in Bhabha, or even in Bhim, which is a small town very close to this house. This house is located in Rajsamand district, and this is where Nikhil and Shankar and I went in 1987 to try out the idea of whether a people's political movement to work democracy could take root. We weren't sure, mind you. A lot of my friends said, it's a romantic dream, and you live there with your goat. We even had a goat, by the way. They said you have a goat, you have this house, you have a wonderful time, you are living a romantic dream, fetching water from the well, building your own house, which we did. Nikhil and Shankar worked as mazdoors, and I just cooked because I couldn't help a lot with that. And we lived there as a family. And they said to us, nothing can work here, because this is a caste Hindu society. There isn't much land. The traditional land issues can't be raised here. They're all egalitarian in the sense all of them were poor, but they're not tribals, so they don't come together very quickly, you won't succeed. We said, never mind, let's see what we can do. And we sat there for 3 years, and within the first 2 months, we had people organized on minimum wages in labor, on government works. And that's how the Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangatan's work began. But we didn't call ourselves Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangatan at that time. And we decided some things. We decided no institutional funding from anywhere, that we'd have a small core and very strongly committed local people. Nikhil and I were the only outsiders. And that we would have, all of us would draw whatever was the minimum wages salary. We began with 11 rupees a day in 1987 in Rajasthan. The agricultural wage work was 11 rupees a day. So we drew that as salary, which was great luxury compared to our neighbors, who weren't assured even of that 11 rupees a day for 365 days, which we were. And we went there during the darkest days of drought. And of course, Sainath has written the book, Everyone Loves a Good Drought. You must have already. The ones that didn't like the good drought were with us. Children who didn't eat except once in 4 meals. And used to come home, and we used to cook. We had a norm that we would buy no vegetable which cost more than 4 rupees a kilo. So we ate, I don't know what you call it in Maharashtra, ghee, gourd, every day for 6 months, with the result that Nikhil cannot stand that God anymore. If it's cooked, he runs away. Nevertheless, we ate that God and we ate dal. Once dal and once God. And these children came and we used to say to them, would you like to eat? And they'd say, no, we've eaten. Not one of them would say, I want food. The dignity of people and their pride is something we don't understand in urban India. We think of the whole of rural India as full of beggars, because some people beg at the crossroads. And let me tell you that the dignity of a Chuni Singh, my friend in the village, or the dignity of these kids is something I don't think I have. If I was so hungry as they were, I'd grab food. The other thing I'd like to share with you before I begin talking today, that we go on these yatras, we walk. We take messages and walk. We call these yatras as they do jattas. It's an old tradition in India. And we assign ourselves one to each home. It's a lottery. You can go to a home where you get good food, you can go to a home which has nothing. And we eat whatever they give us. And they share everything. In a poor home, they'll have 2 rotis for the whole family. But if you go, since you're the guest, they'll offer you both rotis. We are full of food in our fridges, in our homes. But if there's an extra person, we wonder how we'll feed them. So that generosity is something very special to India, but extra special to Northern India. I've come from Tamil Nadu, I've never faced that kind of generosity. In Tamil Nadu that I've faced in Rajasthan or Punjab, where they'll give you everything. So we must understand that we are talking of a world that we don't know very well today, but a world that can teach us a lot. So I'm going to talk about the first thing that as a catalyst, I didn't go to change. I went actually to learn. My nose was rubbed in the dust the first day I went there, because these people I went to work with turned me out of the house. They said, who the hell are you and why have you come? Disturbing me? I have to milk the buffalo, I have to do this and that. Please go your own way. And they said to me in Rajasthani, we don't want to become collectors, we don't want literacy, we don't want any of the ideas you brought here. Please go back. And they sent me back. And I thought that day, oh dear, what have I done? I've burned all my boats and I've come here and these people won't even talk to me. Then I sat down and thought and I realized, supposing someone from abroad had come to me when I was living in Delhi as an IAS officer, knocked on my door, opened the door and it said to me, well, you know, we've come to tell you this, that or the other. This is what we do in Sweden or Norway or USA or UK. I would have said to them very politely, please, I don't think I have any time, please go. Why should this woman treat me with any greater generosity? So I haven't gone there. She doesn't want this change. So the first thing I'll have to understand is that I have to make friends, that I have to talk with equality, talk with love, and I have to talk with an understanding that I have to learn as much as she has. I come to you also with the same humility. I come because I think you have something to tell me and something to teach me as well. But unfortunately, I'm here and you're there. So what I'm going to do is ask 4 of you to come and sit here and to question me. And I'm going to answer those questions. And if I don't do well, you have every right to boo me. Okay? So I'm going to invite. Come on. 4 young women. Mridula, Varsha, Vinay and Tanvi. So give them a hand.